Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Football Nutmeg. Today is the Transfer Talk Show. It's nice being here. We'll be talking about AFCON. So today we decide to bring you the the transfer show. We are still in January, as we all know, and the transfer window is open, and teams are shopping to kind of closing the gap in their deficiencies. Players left, right, center wants to move to one other club before the transfer window close. Today we are going to talk about a whole lot of stuff with the team. Very soon they will be online, and I will be glad to have them come to tell us what they think about the transfer window. On Wednesday, me and Afam talked about that was a really good show. I'm sorry for the audio as well in that show, but I think that was a really good show, and Afam was here to dissect it. Today I will have Roland and John come to talk about the current situation in the transfer market, which Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang wanted to move away from Arsenal, and an inquiry has been really made at this moment by PSG, AC Milan, and Juventus to see if they can bring him. He is an experienced striker, but along the way he fell out with the manager, Mikel Arteta, and this is where we are now with him. He wants to leave us now. We also talk about Dembele accusing Barcelona of blackmail, trying to want him to sign a down payment. I think Dembele knows what he wants. He has been on the sideline since he signed for Barcelona, one injury after another, but now he really wants to show what he is made up of. Also, we'll also talk about Manchester City trying to sign Alvarez. I think Alvarez was linked to Manchester United, but I'm surprised United opt out from that deal, knowing fully well that they are in crisis and they are trying to manage their crisis as well. He is cheap; they can really afford him, especially with what Barcelona has paid. Barcelona has paid them for Ferran Torres. They should be able to afford Alvarez going into this transfer window. Now, tell me what you think about this transfer. Is okay? I'll drop a comment and you can quickly tell me what you think. Do you think that the transfer season or the transfer window has been a sham? Do you really think? Do you really think the transfer season has been really a sham? Has been a sham for clubs? Let's know. Tell me what you think about it. I will drop a comment right here. I will drop a comment. Tell me what you think. Tell me what you think about this transfer window. And also, I think we're going to have an open line. Let's see if we can have an open line for guests to start calling in. We'll have an open line as well, an open line section for guests to start for you to ask your questions going forward. You can kindly let me just share the link with you on the. You can have an open line. You can join us, not just via audio and video if you want. So you can just click on the link. Let's have an open line. I think that we'll have it in the next 30 minutes. So let's have the usual suspect in. It's no brainer. I think Manchester City having Alvarez is no brainer. I think they okay. I have John on set now. Hello, good morning, John. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Good morning.
It's nice to have you on the show this morning, and we want to look at the transfer, the transfer window for this January. We've seen some mini movements like the likes of Coutinho moving to Aston Villa, and his debut is scored against Manchester United. We also have some players moving left and right. We have some managers being sacked as well along the line, and you are laughing. We know who has been sacked and who has moved on, but hopefully we will see what's gonna happen in the final week of the transfer, which starts today. This is the final week of the transfer, and it starts today. Tell me, what's your take about Coutinho moving to Aston Villa?
Well, on a personal basis, I would say it's a very good transfer for him. Club-wise, it's a good transfer for Barcelona as well because I'm sure they will want to move him on in the summer. So it will only give an ample opportunities for teams to see what he's made of. I'll be surprised if Coutinho still remains at Barcelona next season, considering the way they are trying to cut cost and all. So if yes, he has a good impact at Villa, which he has obviously started, it will simply mean that at least it can boost up the money the club can get for him. So on a personal basis, it's a good movement. For the club, it's also a good movement. So overall, it was a good movement for him, and there was no better way to start than to get a goal for Team to your debut against perhaps the
Exactly.
biggest team in England. So
One goal,
it's
one
just it's,
assist.
yes, it's a win-win thing for him.
Okay. Um, Moving on. Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, former Arsenal captain and currently still playing for Arsenal. An inquiry has been made on him by PSG, AC Milan, and Juventus. Do you think he should take those deals or still remain at Arsenal with regards to
I The
what is
problem is
really going
having with
on with him
Arteta.
and
Yes,
Arteta?
I believe Aubameyang is still at Arsenal simply because of the Nations Cup. I think if the Nations Cup had not held, by now he would have finalized a deal out of that club. But my problem is he has very little time to do a lot of things. His agent must do super work between now and the end of next week. The end of this week, next week really, between now and the end of next week to be able to secure him a kind of move you like. He has always expressed desire to play for Real Madrid. I don't know if that still stands because at the moment now I don't think he's anywhere close to the list of the Real Madrid. Real Madrid are starting to build up that Galacticos era again.
Yeah,
So what they won't want is another Hazard failure. It's
exactly.
been long. It's been long. We seen Real Madrid make such a huge mess in transfer, paying
Yeah,
as much as £100 million for Hazard and practically getting nothing in return. So I don't think Real Madrid will want to toe that line again. Be that as it may, he would be best advised to go to Italy. We've seen what Italy has done to the likes of Zlatan, done to even Giroud.
Sanchez as
Giroud,
well.
yes, it has helped. It has helped them become. Uh, how will I put it now? They play in a league that actually plays to their strength. In the English league, we keep talking about the fact that the English league is the English league. Everybody runs. These men are not in their fastest days anymore. So they need a team that actually a league that actually plays to their strength of experience, holding up the ball, finishing when it comes up. So that's what Aubameyang should give to the Italian league. I would expect him to go there. Truly, let's go and see him. What are we having now? We've had an avalanche of English strikers going to Italy over the last 2 seasons. Alexis Sanchez, Tammy Abraham, Olivier Giroud. I would be surprised if he joins that list, and I would expect him to have a very very good stay in Italy.
Okay, that's pretty much more easy for him. I think it's a no-brainer. He has to move to that league. Despite when you don't have a good relationship with some of the players and the staff
Your club,
in that
yes.
club, yeah. So I just think it's a no-brainer. The likes of Kolasinac has moved. I think he has moved on. I'm expecting also towards the end of the season the likes of Zaka to also move on as well. A lot of players have to move on when you are in a place that you are not being loved.
No one said yes.
yeah, you have to move on, and that's just so key with
Exactly.
what should be in play. Okay, moving forward, moving away from Aubameyang, Man City are in talks with the River Plate to sign Alvarez, a young 21 or 21, 22 years old striker. And I know why they are really doing it in order to replace Ferran Torres that was sold to Barcelona. And also, I think Alvarez was also linked to Manchester United, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe probably because of the crisis in United, they've opted out from the deal and trying to maybe do things in a different way. So, what do you think about that transfer itself?
Well, needs setback. Man City needs at the moment. They, for some good reasons, they've been able to play, and at the moment they are practically blazing through the Premier League without a recognized striker. But it
Yeah,
will serve them well. If you serve them well, if they do get one, at the end, that has been their bane in the Champions League for the past 2 seasons.
exactly.
When it comes to the nitty gritty of home and away fixtures, teams know how to just choke them up, and you see that their play it becomes difficult to break teams down. We saw Chelsea do it in the Champions League final, and it was a pure masterclass. Although everybody keeps blaming the fact that Guardiola had no defensive midfielder in that match. Yes, but at the point Chelsea scored, it was just around the 29th minute. There was a whole ample lot of time for Man City to come back. But the fact that there was no arrowhead for that team, it totally took out whatever it is that they could bring in. If you watch the match against Arsenal
Yes.
last 2 weeks, I think you will see that match. They practically dragged themselves over the line. I'm sure if the scenario had not come up that with that red card that went to Gabriel and the penalty that came up, they wouldn't have lost. They wouldn't have won that match. So for some teams, when the bigger teams come up, they know how to frustrate that pattern of Pep. Yes, it wallops the lower teams when they place the lower teams. You see him beating Leeds 7-0, taking teams out 5-0, 5-1. But that will only go as far as winning you the league. What City needs now is to go to that next gear with the Champions League. They need a number 9, and I believe if that once that they will push through, it will be a no-brainer. Provided I keep saying, Pep finally admits that he needs one. Because for me, I believe Gabriel Jesus is a number 9, but for some reason to Pep, he keeps using him on the wings. So it all depends on what kind of mindset Pep Guardiola wakes up with. Even if he gets the player he wants now, you don't be surprised he will get him in now and you say, I don't exactly need a number 9. I need you to function this way. I need you to function that way. But for me, I
Exactly.
believe in the long run,
Can you hear me, John? Can you hear me, John? I think John is cut off. Let's let's have him back. Okay. Before John gets back to us, uh, um, I think John was right about talking about the way Pep Guardiola uses his players. What I don't think is right is also about him not having an out and out striker for the football club. I think the Man City needs a striker, and they need a striker pretty really fast now. It depends on what they really want to do. It depends on how they want to interact to play. Though they are blazing their height up, and you want to ask, they don't need a striker. I think they need a striker. Hopefully, we'll see how it goes with them. Uh, we'll see how it goes with them. Okay, tell me what you think about the transfer window, and let's interact. Let's talk about it. Let's if you want to do a call in, you can send your comments. I can send you the link directly to you. If you want to do a call in now, before we get our usual suspect back. Okay, let's look at the Premier League as a whole. The English Premier League as a whole is made up of 20 clubs, and we have the so-called powerful clubs. We also have the so-called lesser clubs, and we have the mid-table clubs as well. Uh, the English Premier League financially is much more stable than the likes of La Liga, Serie A, German Bundesliga, and French League on. Financially, they are stable with the way things are going. But do we think that the league has the best players so far? Do the EPL has the best players paraded globally so far? So tell me what you think about it, and let's talk also. Okay, let me put up this. The EPL parade. The EPL parade the best players and coaches in the world currently. Waiting for John to come back, please. Okay, question: do the EPL parade the best players and coaches in the world so far? Okay, moving on from this question, let's wait. Because you guys can answer these questions. Do the EPL parade the best players and coaches so far in the world? Okay, I also think that with regards to with regards to Aubameyang as well, coming back to Aubameyang, with regards to him as a player, I think there's a whole lot he can really do to salvage his season, and I think I also believe that is why he came back even after not playing a game for Gabon in in the Afcon. He came back quickly to sort out his career and move on with Arsenal. I think he should move on. I think you don't want to be in a place where you are not wanted. I think you don't want to be in a place where you are not being loved and you are not playing for the club. You don't want to be that. It's not good for the club. It's not good for you as well. Um, Still talking about transfers. In Dembele also have accused Barcelona of not being respect of trying to blackmail him, trying to force him to sign a deal that he doesn't want. And the club said they can't afford the money, the current pay. I think it's all about pay cuts, and Barcelona needs that pay cut to survive maybe 1 or 2 seasons before they come back to their feet. And they need those pay cuts because of the financial rule in La Liga currently now. Every club has to be within that whole call circle. I think it's affecting not just Barcelona, also Real Madrid. But Real Madrid have been very, very smart, and we all know what comes in and what goes out of the club. We all know what the club can do and what the club can't do. Sorry about that. We all know that the club has to survive as well. Clubs like Barcelona has to survive, especially when they let the likes of Messi go, the likes of Luis Suarez, recently Coutinho. They ensure that they allow those players go so as to benefit the club going forward. I don't know what the problem is with Dembele and his contract, but I think he also wants to leave the club. And with what is really, we all know that they had to allow Coutinho to move on, then bring in Ferran Torres, which I think was a smart move. I think Coutinho have overstayed his stay in Barcelona. Whether he will come back, nobody knows. We saw him moving to Bayern Munich to win Champions League about 2 years ago. That was in 2020. Can we really see him do the same thing again? Do something extraordinary in Aston Villa as well with that transfer? I think he will help them in this season, at least finish in the mid-table. What I really don't think is how they will want to go about it. Also, this weekend is, I think it's a this weekend is a tough ask. We have let's look at other matches as well. We have Chelsea play. Let's see if we can pull out the fixtures, the EPL fixtures. Okay. Before we go into other matches, we also have other news that Hugo Lloris have signed a new deal for Spurs, and Newcastle are pushing for Lingard. Manchester United wants a permanent deal, but Newcastle really wants the that move to be a loan move so that they can sign him permanently at the end of the season. But United want a permanent transfer. They want the money. If Newcastle can afford paying for Carlos Diego 50 million, why can't they pay for Lingard? Um, Newcastle move closer also to finalize the signing of Carlos Diego from Sevilla. They also face some stiff competitions from other Premier League rivals. Okay, I've talked about Dembele. Okay, I also talk about Man City in talks to sign Villarreal striker Alvarez. Uh, Conte is also in the news. Conte has stressed Steven Bergwijn, how important Bergwijn is happy to stay in that club. So a whole lot of news. Okay, just coming in now, breaking in now. We also see that Arsenal need to stomp up 15 million pounds in agent fee. Can they afford that? You want to sign a player for almost close to 50 or 100 million pounds, but that this news was reported by the Sun newspaper, that Arsenal have to put around 15 million pounds in agent fee to sign Fiorentina striker Dusan Vlahovic this January. Okay, let's see if Arsenal can pump out that money. It's like almost like this. And we also see this also coming out from the Mirror. Rangnick wants three Man United mood killers sold. Rangnick is reported to looking to sell three mood killers at Manchester United, including Edison Cavani, according to the Daily Mirror. Okay, let's see. Let's see in other news. We also see that there's an upset. The players at Manchester United are also not happy with their current manager, that players are unhappy at being sent homework by head coach Ralf Rangnick, which is affecting their personal and family lives. This is also according to the Daily Mirrors. I don't understand. These players are just leaking out news. They have to keep the club. They have to first keep the club. Okay. Let's go back. Let's go back and see a whole lot of transfer. This we can't get John back, but we can also talk about other transfer news that is going on. Okay. The situation with I think Fabrizio Romano. Also talked about a full agreement between Corinthians and Diego Costa. Okay, a full agreement. Diego Costa still available on the market. Okay, I think Diego Costa wants to move away from that club. In other news, let's see if we can get other news. Okay, Tottenham agreed Traore's fee. Football Insider report is reporting that Tottenham Hotspur and Wolverhampton have agreed a fee just under £23 million for Spanish winger Traore. The outlet stating the offer of 20 million upfront and 2.5 million on add-ons. Is that possible? Because Traore has been a masterclass for Spurs and for Wolf, and for that fee, can they let him go? Okay, I think that is that for that. Okay, John is back. Okay, John is back with us. John, can you hear me, please?
Yes, I can.
Okay, sorry for that.
Sorry for the interruption. Yes.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, let's move on. I think I also asked our listeners this question: do you think that the EPL parade the best players and coaches in the world currently at the moment?
Mm, I wouldn't say so. I wouldn't say so. Best coaches, yes, but best players, no, no. I would say they have the. How will I put this now? If we talk of the best coaches, yes, we have the Guardiolas, the Klopp, the Tuchel. Definitely, these are
Yeah.
the cream. These are the cream de la cream of managers
Yes,
in the
of
world
coaches
football.
currently.
Not to mention the dramatic Antonio Conte,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
who everybody loves to hate.
Yeah,
But
I think those coaches have won they've all won domestic leagues.
yes, yes, they've
They've
all
all
done
won
they've all
domestic
done very
leagues.
well
Yeah,
for themselves.
yeah, yeah.
They've
Very
made their
well.
names in different leagues. But if we talk about the
Exactly.
players, I wouldn't say yes. You see, people undermine what Ronaldo achieved in 2008 when he brought the Ballon d'Or to England.
Yeah.
For some
And
reason,
go ahead,
since
please. Go
then,
ahead.
for some reason, that forms that helps the English league move on to the next level. But at the moment now, we need somebody in the English league to win a personal award. People might not admit that, but we really do need that. We need a Salah as good as he's playing. We need a Bruno Fernandes as good as he's playing. Somebody should just bring a personal award into the league. That is part of what actually spikes the name, and the level a league gets. Let's imagine now that as good as Salah is now, he gets the Ballon d'Or this year, or let's say he
Yes.
got it last year. All of a sudden, you see there will be this huge interest in the league. Where is this person playing? Definitely, the English league has the best coverage in the whole world. But then there will be more interest in it. There will be more players who want to go there. I'm very happy with with the return of Cristiano Ronaldo to the league. It has helped to push that league up a notch. As much as he might not have had that dream return he's expecting at Old
Yeah.
Trafford, the bottom line is overall the English league is benefiting from it. We've seen the English league just because of that. Perhaps the English league is also getting to understand that because we've seen them bend a few rules for him. Since he came, we saw the number 7 given to him when normally it wouldn't have been. So
Yeah,
all these
I
things.
think for branding purpose
Yeah,
that
that's
could
what
be
I'm
done.
saying.
Yeah. Yeah.
All of these are what will help to boost the league. Trust me, being the best league with the best players is not really about if it's the best talent. It's about
Exactly.
if it has the best group of marketable players. Let's look at the La Liga now. 2 3 seasons ago, Ronaldo left. Last season, Messi left, and all of a sudden, La Liga is a different league. All of a sudden La Liga is a different league. So that's what
Yeah.
I'm trying to say. All the leagues need it, an injection of top class players. If these trophies come down into England, I'm not a Chelsea fan, but I was very hopeful that Jorginho gets one of these personal accolades. We saw Chelsea sweep the entire Champions League um, 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 players awards. But let's
Yeah.
get had it been that Ballon d'Or came from England now, you would have seen the league
We still have other issues with John. Still have other issues with John. Oh, okay. We'll still have we have some few minutes to the end of the show, and John still have some issues with the network. Um, okay. Still talking about the league, best players and the best players whatsoever for the Premier League. Um, I think John is right. They have the best coaches currently in the league. With the likes of Thomas Tuchel, with the likes of Antonio Conte or Pep Guardiola, and a whole lots of others. We can also see that the league has been able to attract really good coaches down the line. I think that we can really look at the league and say, it's good and it's okay. So far so good. But in terms of players, I think they have the best players so far. But the last time they won the Ballon d'Or was about around 12, no, no, about 14 years ago when Cristiano Ronaldo brought the Ballon d'Or home for Ballon d'Or and the World Player Award home. I think for me it's a shame that the Premier League cannot produce a Ballon d'Or winner, and they have to do it. We have to look at where and where they have to improve. It's not all about splashing and spending money on clubs. It's all about looking at the big picture on what they can do. Okay, guys, we'll soon be coming towards the end of the show. I just think you kindly click on the subscribe button if you like what we are doing. If you like what we are doing, click on the subscribe button. If you want to also be part and parcel of the show and you want to talk football, kindly send us an email and I will speak to you and we'll see if we can bring you live to the show. We'll be having more or less more shows by tomorrow when we'll be seeing I think the AFCON will be back on tomorrow with Burkina Faso playing Gabon and Nigeria playing Tunisia, and there'll be a live broadcast of these matches on the Football Nutmeg. Try to be part and parcel of that live broadcast. Thank you for being part of the show. Thank you for viewing our show. Thank you for liking and sharing and commenting as well. Thank you, and I'll see you. Cheers. Au revoir.